Hi everybody, Keith here with Strength After Stroke, and I want to welcome you to the BASE program. You know, I'm so excited for you to go on this journey with me, and it's an honor to have you here with me so that you can gain your confidence through this BASE training. You know, as you can see, BASE is about belief, which is building your self-importance. It's about attitude, where you can take control of your own behaviors. In the strength modules, we're going to talk about growing your inner power, and finally energy, where you're going to be able to transition yourself toward more growth in your life. This is going to help you grow through your stroke journey so that you can finally feel that power of who you are and what life still has out there for you. This journey is an ongoing one. It never ends, and so I'm so excited for you and the growth you're going to experience as you continue on your own journey after your stroke. You know, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my own story. I was this business owner and things were going pretty good. You know, we'd grown our company into this large manufacturing business where we were multi-million dollars in sales, and I was a sales manager for the company, had 3 partners. Each one had a major part of our business. There was manufacturing, customer service, finance, and then of course the sales, which was for me. We had our share of ups and downs, fights, and all that stuff like you would have in any business and in any aspect of a company. One day I was headed out for this sales trip on a trip, and I remember getting this call from one of my business partners, and we were talking. He said, you know, what the hell is wrong with you? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, at least I thought that's what I said. And he said, hang on for a few minutes before you go and I'll get right back to you. And the next thing I know, my wife had gotten home from work and took me to the hospital. And so I'd had my stroke. You know, once I got back to work, which took quite a few months, I began doing different jobs and was kind of an extra around the office for a while. I couldn't remember the scope of our product line, the names of coworkers, and of our customers. It was a tough road for a while. My self-esteem was getting smaller and smaller. After a while, and trying to do many different jobs, I ended up being a delivery driver for our company. I never told anyone at my company this, but I would stop on the side of the road many times and take a nap before I kept going because I just didn't, you know, I couldn't make it throughout the day. But I didn't want to tell anybody because I was fearful of losing my own job and my company. It was a scary time for sure. I remember going to this doctor appointment one time, and that neurologist told me, he said, the only thing that you got to know is that you're only going to get better for about a year. I got really depressed about that, and I didn't even know where to turn. For me, I didn't want to tell my wife all these depressing thoughts because she had enough things to worry about, right? I couldn't find anybody to help me, and with my depression, I couldn't find anybody who had something that would help me get through this game of life. And I ended up being forced to sell my part of the company to my partners, and I felt I'd just been handed this big bag of crap, frankly, and that was what life was going to be like moving forward. One day I was looking out this picture window in our upstairs bedroom, this nice picture window, and I was feeling sorry for myself, wondering if I should just end this thing. And literally, I was thinking about that. You know, and I just thought, what would happen if I ended my life? I wondered what would happen to my family. I wondered if they'd be better off without having to babysit me. You know, would they have more income from my life insurance to have a better life? And all these questions were running through my head. And then it hit me. Wait a minute. I can't be the only person out here who is feeling this way. There has to be a lot of people who are wondering where they can go in life after their stroke. You know, what can they still accomplish? How can they make their life better after going through this, or even the best it's ever been, even after having a stroke? That's when it all started. I developed this guide that would help others, and I went to work figuring out how to be a personal coach at first. You know, I found that a lot of us stroke survivors have difficulty saying what's on our minds and finding the right words at times, and I wasn't sure I was making the impact that I could make for other stroke survivors. So I started asking what my clients were most looking for, and when they had found me, and finally the answer came. You know, people wanted to regain their confidence and hope. They wanted to reignite their own desires in order to live a full and productive life after stroke. So I went to work on how to build these important factors in our life. This is how the BASE program came about. At first, I developed it just as a workbook that people could buy and work themselves through, and I did some coaching on it. But then one day I asked some of my clients, what could they use the most? And this is when we decided to create the BASE program. These 14 modules of training, each one of them not too long, along with the worksheets, and every module were developed so stroke survivors can get the best results for themselves. Take their time doing it and stay committed to the process. Frankly, I'm really proud of this program. I'm so proud of you for making the commitment in your own personal growth after having that stroke. Don't give up. You can always grow. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but that doesn't give you the excuse or reason to give up. Begin your journey on this. I'm so excited for where you're going to be in the coming days. I'm so excited for the growth that you're going to see in your BASE training and in that BASE foundation that you're going to get as you go through this. So thank you so much, and I look forward to having you come inside and start the program. Thank you guys so much.